One does not simply walk into Mordor. Its black gates are guarded by more than just orcs. There is evil there that does not sleep, and the Great Eye is ever watchful. It is a barren wasteland, riddled with fire and ash and dust. The very air you breathe is a poisonous fume. Boromir, as the eldest son of Denethor II, the Steward of Gondor, Boromir was raised with a sense of duty to his kingdom, which was constantly under threat from the dark forces of Mordor. His life and actions throughout the narrative reflect the complex nature of humanity, with its capacity for both courage and fallibility. Born into a time of peril, Boromir was steeped in the traditions and expectations of Gondor from an early age. The kingdom was in decline, facing relentless pressure from Sauron's forces. His father, Denethor, a proud but ultimately flawed leader, emphasized the importance of martial strength and duty. Boromir grew up idolizing the legacy of his forebears, particularly the heroic lineage of the House of Hurin, which had produced many of Gondor's greatest warriors. This legacy deeply influenced Boromir, shaping him into a formidable soldier who was both skilled in battle and charismatic in leadership. As a young man, Boromir proved himself a capable warrior, leading men into battle against the forces of Sauron and establishing himself as a protector of Gondor. His reputation grew as he defended his homeland against countless orc raids and other incursions. However, the constant threats to Gondor also left him anxious and aware of the need for greater power to secure his city's safety. This anxiety was compounded by the knowledge of the One Ring, a powerful artifact that could either save or doom Middle-earth, depending on who wielded it. The defining moment in Boromir's life came when he was chosen to represent Gondor at the Council of Elrond in Rivendell. This council was convened to determine the fate of the One Ring. Boromir arrived at Rivendell, determined to find a way to use the ring to defend Gondor against Sauron. He believed that if wielded by a man of strength, the ring could turn the tide of the war. His passionate argument during the council, however, was met with resistance. Elrond and Gandalf warned him of the ring's corrupting influence, emphasizing that it could not be used for good. Despite his reservations, Boromir agreed to join the Fellowship of the Ring, a group formed to aid Frodo in his quest to destroy the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom. The Fellowship consisted of representatives from various races, including humans, elves, dwarves, and hobbits. Boromir's role as a member of the Fellowship was both honorable and conflicted. He was driven by the need to protect Gondor, yet his growing obsession with the ring began to cloud his judgment. As the Fellowship journeyed south through Middle-earth, Boromir struggled internally with the pull of the ring. His desire to use the ring to save Gondor became an obsession, and he started to view Frodo as a barrier to achieving his goals. His conflict came to a head at Amon Hen, a hill overlooking the river Anduin. Overwhelmed by the ring's seductive power, Boromir confronted Frodo, demanding the ring. In a moment of desperation, Frodo fled, putting distance between himself and the Fellowship, which Boromir saw as a betrayal. Boromir's attempt to take the ring from Frodo marked a significant turning point in his character arc. This moment of weakness showcased the destructive power of the ring and the vulnerability of even the strongest individuals. However, immediately after this confrontation, Boromir experienced a profound sense of shame and regret. He realized the extent to which he had been corrupted and was determined to make amends. In the wake of Frodo's departure, Boromir's focus shifted back to the immediate threats facing the Fellowship. When the Fellowship was ambushed by Saruman's Uruk-hai, he sprang into action, demonstrating his loyalty and bravery. Despite being outnumbered, Boromir fought valiantly to protect Merry and Pippin, the two hobbits who had been captured. During this fierce battle, he sustained multiple wounds but continued to fight with unwavering courage. His actions during the skirmish were not only heroic, but also marked his redemption. He was willing to lay down his life for those he had initially wronged. Ultimately, Boromir's final moments were both tragic and redemptive. Mortally wounded, he was found by Aragorn, who had pursued the Uruk-hai to rescue the hobbits. In his dying breaths, Boromir expressed his regret for his earlier actions regarding the ring. He pledged his loyalty to Aragorn, recognizing him as the rightful king of Gondor. Boromir's death was not in vain. It served as a catalyst for Aragorn, who drew strength from Boromir's sacrifice, fueling his determination to fulfill his destiny. Boromir's legacy is complex. He is often seen as a tragic hero. His story encapsulates the struggle against temptation and the quest for redemption. Despite his flaws, Boromir's character ultimately embodies the virtues of bravery and self-sacrifice. His journey reflects Tolkien's themes of hope and the enduring fight against darkness. In the aftermath of Boromir's death, his memory lived on as a reminder of the cost of power and the importance of selflessness. His character highlights the idea that true heroism lies not only in grand actions, but also in the courage to face one's inner demons. Boromir's life and sacrifice deeply impacted the course of events in The Lord of the Rings, influencing the paths of those who continued the struggle against Sauron. His story serves as a poignant reminder that redemption is possible, even in the face of overwhelming temptation. That concludes our dive into the history of Boromir. Until next time, stay strong against the temptations of the darkness. The vault is now closed.